Yeah, it is a little bit disappointing, but I think we did so well to get so close, and we got into a position where we probably should have won the game. I think if I suppose one of us was there for a little bit longer, maybe taking a little bit deeper, we still felt like we were taking our right options, trying to hit the ball straight, trying to target the short boundary, put some pressure on the spinners as much as we possibly could. There wasn't a whole lot of grip there for them. But yeah, I suppose once the ball got a little bit softer, it actually started to hold a little bit. We saw Jadeja get one past DK back at the end. So there was a little bit more assistance towards the back end. Knowing that we were trying to go as hard as we could to sort of get the run rate under 10 and make it a little bit easier for the back end. But yeah, it was a pretty exciting game of cricket though, regardless of how you look at it. It was there's always got to be a winner and a loser. Unfortunately, we just fell a little bit short. I think historically, whenever I've batted at number 4 with 2 wickets earlier in the game, I've generally played pretty well, and I think that sort of pressure, the new ball swinging, it's a pretty familiar role that I've played. I think, especially for Australia, I've played that many a time. Even at this ground in international cricket, it comes to mind. So. Yeah, it's not something that's foreign to me, especially chasing a big total and having the boundaries obviously quite short straight consistently is something that I've really enjoyed so far this season. And I think just having a really clear mindset, I know what the role that I have to play in this side is, and I think together with Faf took a lot of pressure off me early on in my innings and was able to keep that momentum going towards the back end of the power play. And once we got out of the power play, it was just about making sure that we kept the run rate ticking along, tried to face as less dot balls as possible, and if we got a bad ball, try and put it away. And that's as simple as we kept it out there. And I felt like during our partnership, we got to a position where we were on top. Unfortunately, all it takes is one error to sort of, I suppose, bring about other errors as well. Yeah, I think with the short boundaries, they're very heavy left-handers. Devon Conway batted a long period in that innings. I think it would have been a risk to bowl Shabazz to those guys. He is still a very clever bowler, and I think with Hasaranga bowling from that end, it would have been a hard time for, I suppose, Shabazz to come on. And I think that my role always against CSK was I had a lot of good matchups on this side. It might not have worked out the way we thought it would, but I think even the way I got 2.4 overs in, I think I still went around the run rate, I think, of what the game was. So it actually probably worked out okay as a 5th or 6th bowler. As long as you can sort of, I suppose, contain a little bit, play to your matchups as well as you could. And I think that's all we were probably thinking today. It's a bit of a bowler's graveyard out there, so it would have been hard for anyone to sort of come on. No, I wouldn't say that. I thought Shabazz and DK batted really well. They got us to a position where even with Suyash, Wayne Parnell and Hasaranga, I thought we were still in the game all the way through, right to the end. They're allowed to bowl well as well. I thought Paritharana, the Sri Lankan bowler, he executed absolutely brilliantly, and bowlers are allowed to execute and bowl well. Despite what the boundaries are, I thought he came on and bowled a couple of really crucial overs at the back end there, and especially to a guy who can lap and reverse lap. He was putting a lot of pressure on him to nail his Yorker, and he certainly did that under pressure. So hats off to them. They executed at a time where they needed him. Well, Lomeril has been outstanding in a lot of our practice games. We've been watching him. We've sort of been prepping him, I suppose, for that number 3 role. Ever since Rajat Patidar was ruled out of the tournament, we needed someone to come in at number 3, and we've sort of tinkered a little bit this season. But Lomeril has been hitting the ball really well, and I'm sure at some stage during the tournament he's going to show that class and ability that he does have. But also when you've got a big total on the board, you can feel in a bit of a rush, and I felt like he just felt that a little bit today. But I'm sure during this tournament we'll see him flourish and play well. And same with Shabazz, he's been outstanding for us for the last couple of years. Him and DK basically single-handedly got us into the finals last year with their partnerships at the back end. So even his couple of sixes tonight, they were crucial, and the way he struck the ball was good under pressure. It's hard to come out there and just carry on when the guys before you were striking at 12 and over. So it's never a nice role. It's something that I've had to do in previous years. So for them to come out there, I thought they actually did their job really well. Yeah, it was pretty loud. It was awesome. Sort of felt bad for getting a wicket and bringing out Dhoni in that last over. I was sort of hoping it was dropped and he didn't have to come out and bat. But yeah, what an atmosphere. I think we're so lucky to be able to come back, play in front of a home crowd. It sort of shows what we've been missing over the last couple of years, and sort of heartbroken for a lot of the IPL fans that they haven't been able to sort of see their players at their home stadiums, and to see them come out in full voice, so much passion. You'll see them lined down the streets. It's something we just don't see back home in Australia. So for us, it's extremely special. And even though we were on the wrong side of the result tonight, it was an amazing spectacle. Something that was brilliant to be a part of.